Hi, 21st of March, and I put up a video earlier about walking through the orchard, and I wanted to just elaborate on that a little bit in kind of in light of current affairs, because if you're a grower or you've got a lot going on right now, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to do both things. So first of all, on the take care of yourself and take care of others, in Pennsylvania and New York, as far as I know, agriculture is considered an essential service, which means that your spray supply houses, your product stuff, is available to you. I would really recommend that you get your materials now for at least the first half of the summer, and when you because that way you'll have them, and then you can isolate, stay off the street. We're coming into a spray season to present scab, so you don't want to be going into storefronts and stuff later. Just get it done, or use what you've got if you can. And before you go to your supplier, call ahead. Some have the protocol now. They call ahead, they take your credit card, and they'll meet you out at your car and they bring it to you. They don't even want you in the store. So learn the lay of the land for where you are. But please, this is a time where if you can afford it, please think ahead. Secondly, please take care of yourself. The orchard is a safe place to be. It's other people that you just don't want to get too close to. So you can do your pruning, you can do your scouting, you can get on the tractor and just go around for a while, listen to the radio. That's cool. We're lucky we don't live in apartments, all right? So those times when they have other things to do in the big city, the price they're paying for it now is they're cooped up in their apartments. We, on the other hand, don't get so much to do in the nightlife, but right now you've got an orchard to be in, and that's really a wonderful thing. Speaking of the orchard, first of all, it's warming up. I'm starting to see some, from sleep to silver, I like to call it. My buds are waking up. Now is the time to start thinking about fighting scab. You can mix oil with copper. If you put it on before you get up to half-inch green, you're not going to do any harm, okay? But you will have that double hit. That oil will smother and do the insect egg thing, and it will also help your copper adhere and provide protection from scab spores that are starting to come up off of your orchard floor. That's a big deal. So I use a 1% oil, 1% copper. All right, I use Cueva to be very specific. 1% oil, 1% Cueva. I did an application a week and a half ago. I'll do another application when we get past this freezing rain weather, okay? So plan your sprays. Now's the time to get on it. Spray early. Get ahead of the disease. And it gives you something to do when you can't go into town. Okay. The other thing is fire blight. Start thinking about fire blight. It's coming up. So when you go get your spray material, Actigard, streptomycin, oxytetracycline, Serenade ASO, many, whatever your choices are, but now is the time to start thinking about, in your spray program, what materials do you need? I have a group of videos about Mary Blight. Mary Blight is a software program where you record the minimum and maximum temperatures for each day and wetting periods, and it will help you predict fire blight eruptions so you can preemptively spray. You can't cure a sick tree, but you can mitigate. So you want to get ahead of it, just like you're isolating to keep that disease pressure down. You want to mitigate, you want to keep the disease pressure down in your orchard. So I'm going to put the links down below. I really want to encourage you to please consider using Mary Blight if you don't have another service available to you. For all of you, I like Mary Blight. I know that Ontario likes Cougar Blight, and Cougar Blight works well for the West Coast. That's because they have lower humidity in their regions than we do in the Northeast United States. There are differences in the models. You can read lots of literature about them, and eventually it comes up to, do you say tomatoes or do you say tomato? Mary Blight was modeled more after our damper summers and longer springs, where Cougar Blight was built more on a model for, we're over it. We're into summer. It's dry. So I wrote notes to myself. I want to get this right. Talked about supplies. Please call your supplier. Call ahead. Make sure they have what you want. Maybe they'll order it. They're going to get it. You don't waste a trip. You want to isolate. You want to stay away from people for a while. This is going to go on all summer, and I really feel for people who have cash flow issues. You may want to talk to your supplier about that too. They may be able to help you. I don't know. I'm lucky. And I also use cheap stuff. I bought 2 5-pound bags of Captan because that's the only thing I don't have on board for the entire summer. Because when I buy, what I buy lasts me 2 seasons. I'm lucky. I'm small. Equipment maintenance, I got really lucky. My sprayer kicked up right away the first time. Drained all the antifreeze out of it. Put it back in the jugs. Okay? Used it. Got a freeze warning. Put it back in the sprayer. Flushed it through the lines. I found clogs and stuff when I first turned it on. So I hadn't filled the tank with water yet. I was testing it with the antifreeze, and I found clogs. So make sure you've really serviced your pump and everything's working before you load it, because that could really be disappointing. Okay, common stuff. You already knew this. I'm the newbie. But please plan ahead so you can isolate and you don't have to feel the need to go out again later. And if you're told to stay local, you can comply. That's super important. Whether you're ag or not, you really want to comply because it's a human condition we're talking about. You want to work with your suppliers so that it's a low burden to each other. And you want to have a plan for scab and for fire blight. It's the season. Take care, everybody. Don't go stir crazy. Thank God for the internet, YouTube videos. It's all good. Netflix, whatever works. And I'll be talking to you later. Take care. Bye for now.